Mickey, Taggy, Puppo, and Cica discover Toronto. That's by Kati Rekai. This is the 8th edition that I'm holding here, and you're still writing.
Yes. The one, as I said, one on British Columbia.
Right, and you are, and what we had alluded to before the break was that these are famous people's dogs in many cases.
Yes.
You had the Governor General's dogs.
Yes. And now in my latest one on British Columbia, it's Ken Thompson's dogs. They are my neighbors, and so I knew them, and I asked Ken Thompson. You know Ken Thompson was the richest man in Canada.
From the Thompson publications.
Yes, yeah. And I asked him whether I could use his dogs, and he said, of course, in my. So they go travel to British Columbia with Mickey, Taggy, Puppo, and Cica. Three dogs.
And also a lot of your stories, is it a running theme that your characters all start off in a park?
In the Craigley Gardens.
Craigley Gardens, that's the dog park where...
this is where we always went to, where I went with my dogs. Craigley Gardens.
So there's a ring of truth to it. This is really, it's from the dog's point of view, though.
Yes.
These great historical references are, there's...
Yeah, and I like children if they go to parks as well.
Certainly, so they can even kind of creatively imagine what the dogs are thinking as they cavort through and play, and they present their personalities. Your characters also portray personalities.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Is there was there an intent to teach anything more than just historical reference when you did this? You've kept up with this because of some family passion as well.
Yes.
Your children.
And the characters as well. They are very helpful and nice, and they come from different countries and different places. Like the one Puppo is a native dog.
Yes,
and
Puppo.
he's the one who is a stamp collector.
Right. Yes, and also from originally from a native environment.
Yes.
And so he was. He's got that kind of way about him. He's a Puppo. He's very intellectual, deep thinker. And they all have that persona. They're very different. They interact and they sort of come out.
Mickey is the immigrant German Shepherd.
And Taggy was adopted from the pound on Tag Day, which is an old tradition.
You know so much.
Well, I've read the books.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I really what you contribute both in your books and in your presence is quite it's inspiring.
Oh, that's very sweet of you.
You always have a smile on your face, and even when it's when you obviously are exhausted.
And I'm happy to be here in Canada.